Hello and welcome. I thought to quickly take a look at this to see how it's getting on. I have got all the Rust group showing straight away. My configs work for the engines to obviously take the top speeds and 24. Yeah, I didn't want to go much higher, not for a tract. It's just not fair. 23, 24 is usually what most people do. So then you've got the barn find. It should be quite a lot lower. I've not done the speed. Right, I need to change the speed. It's supposed to represent the fact that the engine's really badly damaged. And then obviously there's the low, which I class as low, like 277, and the standard high, which is about what it should have been in the first place. Then obviously we've got the crawler track. Just going through this just to sort of show you like how I'm at the progress that we're actually doing. It does work. Oh, amazing. Oh, that's oh. The one thing I forgot to do is put the back thing into the group that actually shows you've got to switch things on and off. It's a really complicated way of modding, and this is what I always wanted to do, was vehicles. Always fell in love with the vehicles. Always wanted to tweak the vehicles. And it's taken me a long time to get there. Placeables, I feel quite okay that I can actually do very complicated placeables with not much effort now. I can knock one up literally in a couple of hours because I've got models to base something on and to move things around. But this was the biggest challenge today. This is so many components going on inside this. I've literally spent about an hour this morning rejigging all the indexes to make everything work right. I don't want to go too deep because I'm obsessive where I'll go into great detail and everyone's like, oh, sure up already. So I've changed the labeling a little bit because it was a bit confusing. So standard front weight should switch the black weight on. Oh, no. So it should. No. So it's the 1975 front weight is I've changed the label on the other one. Okay, so standard is nothing and a weight is now that. So that's switching the wrong thing on. That does nothing. All right, okay, so the standard front weight does really absolutely nothing. Attachers, I'm having 3 points because it switches all of the back on and actually makes it work right, although obviously you can't see it because I've hidden it. So yeah, that I will fix. But again, I'm not just to myself as well. I just thought I'd show you how I was getting on with this. It's nearly ready and it has sort of done everything that I wanted it to. The only thing is I'd forgotten I'd not added the back to the Rust group. So, which when you switch that on, obviously that appears, but I've removed it from the normal, or I've hidden it, and I need to tell the game to unhide it when I switch the Rust group off, if that makes any sense at all. So I don't think that's a bad price for a track. I didn't want to go too silly because it's a fast thing, and that would be like with everything switched on. I think 91,000 for that kind of tractor. To go from a barn find, spend a few thousand and make it into a bit of a racehorse. I am going to do another one, but I did want to do this. This is just a barn find old tractor that basically BI soups up, so it is just a lizard. It will be. I am going to release this as well. Quite a few that I am actually ready to release almost. I just need to do the texture files. And I want to have a go at this, hopefully later today. I just ran out of steam and I thought, I'll just have a bit of a chill. Right, so then we need to be checking our fields. Yeah, so we're going to do the back end of this as all of our rows of things. We are running out of cash without buying all of these things. Now, the other thing we need to do, so if we're going to do that, what we need to do then, well, first of all, I'd like to sort of put the rows of trees in because March, this is the time we're actually putting them down. So let's do that first and see what cash we've got left, because I have a sneaky feeling we need a couple of hundred at least, maybe 300,000 left, I would say. So let's do the best we can with the fields, and if we need to like exit, I'm classing this as a full let's play. It's a very interesting map. I like the mappers. He reminds me a bit of JM Game, and he always goes the extra mile. Again, I always it's really, he's not. This has not been marked very well. Again, his map, and I think, well, of all the maps I've seen recently, this is actually quite intriguing, and there's a lot of efforts that I can see has gone into this. Even if most of it was FS22 and it's converted, he still had to like tweak things. And this is the person who thought of aquaculture as well. It's just got to mention that because it's not being nasty, but it is a massive thing, right? I believe. Yeah, I mean, not being funny, but obviously it's Giants game, and like, you know, any mod is like four Giants really. So, okay, whatever you say. So we want orange trees. So I need to go down a little, I would say. And yeah, well, actually, this is the thing where the game decides the road. Yeah, what I mean is you can't like. So I don't think that's too terrible. Yeah, and that's as far as we can go. Right, so I think then another row. This is where I'm not sure of the spacing. I've got to gauge roughly, haven't I, really? Because we're having 3 meters equipment, we said. So I'd need to give myself about that. Right, so that's 2 rows of oranges. I have no idea what quince trees are. Apple trees, I do know. Right, so... say that's about right. 3 meters based upon what I can see. So it is roughly 10,000. I think we can do one more. And try and keep your spacing equal. Maybe I think I've gone a little tiny bit bigger, but I'd sooner go slightly bigger than not. 2 of those. Chestnut, no, we don't want any nuts. I've gone off the nuts. Not because they are really good, but pear trees, yes. The production that goes with them is, and again, we're all entitled to our opinion, is definitely not what I class as good production. From this perspective of making cash, it's not quite right. It's, yeah, you're losing an awful lot. You're better off, truly better off, like you are with Giant Cereal Factory, to sell your components. Because why would you invest in a factory that's going to take you years to make your money back? Did I do? I think I did too. I'm getting carried away. Concentrate. I think I did too. So 2, 4, 6. Yes, I must have done. That went out a little. I'm more worried about my space, and I don't want to go sort of smaller is the thing. I don't care if I'm going slightly bigger. I'd sooner be a little bit of extra. Two of those. Cherries. Get your cherries. Oh, we might actually do like another 2 if we find out next year that it. I mean, I don't know about yield and things like that. As I say, it's all it's a learning curve, completely a learning curve this year. Yeah, I'm really quite. I think it's quite innovative. This. That's about right. If anything, I've gone in a little. Pomegranates, brilliant. How many more of these trees have we got? I think that last one I went in a little again. Now I think I've overcompensated, as you tend to, and I've gone a little bit big. No, we don't have to do that. Let's just try and sort it out. Still think that's a little bit big, but it's not too terrible. It's within acceptable parameters, I think. Did I do 2 then? Oh, I don't think so. I think so. Any trouble I always find with when you're chatting, this kind of thing is the sort of thing that you really need all of your concentration for, because like you're so easy to make a mistake. Right, any more pomegranate? No, it's a plum and lemon. Right, okay, let's do it. Definitely went in a bit on that last one. Definitely. Yeah, now these roads are getting a bit bigger, aren't they? A little bit more expensive. We're not doing too terrible. Yeah, we've got one more set to do, I think, and then that's all the trees done now. I'm not sure. It's a long time since I've done any kind of trees. Lemon. Yeah, so this is the last fruit to do, and I think we've been fairly generous with these. Say there, maybe a little wider than, not by an awful lot. Probably terrible. Again, I think it's like this type of thing. It's like practice makes perfect. If you don't do it very often, you're not going to get good at it, are you really? It's as simple as that. Right, and whilst we've got this like this, going to give a bit of space to make this a bigger field slightly. But I want to like paint so that the AI know Lima de Pastohesa. Right, I don't know what country this is. I've really no idea. Let's do it from the tip of that. Right, the way to the... Wow, it's so jaggedy. It is, but I don't think you're going to do much better. Right, okay then. So we do need to be setting, yeah, the biggest... Ooh, very pretty. Very pretty. It is. I like that. It's, yeah, really good. Oh, it's now growing. Fantastic. I don't know. We're going to go and have a look at it in a few minutes, but we need to set our... Oh, fully fertilised. Well, that's nice to know. We don't even need to send the everything out and do it, do we? So 25 needs liming. So that we do need to... We could set our specialist out on that because that's going to take a while. In fact, no, we've actually got that stupendous limer, haven't we now? I'm not sure what the horsepower is, but I think this one can actually do the job. Yeah, so we shall... Let's stick this away. The fertilizer spreader. I do wish to have a look at this. Yeah, this has got a lot of fond memories because this was the very first mod I did in vehicles. Was the spreader, and I've got to be honest, it was a real... It was testing. I almost gave up on the very first mod because it was tricky. To do the math side of it, I watched Dogface's videos, BDB SSB's videos on fertilizer spreaders, because to him he obviously understands it a lot, and he's like, yeah, you just do this, and I'm like, well, I don't really get what you're on about. You know, like, can you explain this to someone who doesn't know what you're doing? Because like, I have not a clue what you're on about. And I watched it time and time, and I think I get it now. I think I get it. It's like, yeah, I think I get it. I'm really getting it now. And then I'd go back and I'd like think, I'm not getting it. I'm still not getting it. It was really... Now, can this manage that? I would have thought it could. And the other thing I'd like to do, while we've got any semblance of money left, I'd like to upgrade the case so that it's a reasonable 300 odd horsepower tractor. Because I think we're about there. We've got like that big... I think we upgraded the big one to a 500, which I think was a 600 horsepower with the... And then, of course, we've got a 500 horsepower tractor whose name I've forgotten. That's super duper. Oh, there it is. That's the one we want. The Colossus. I'm not sure about the rims. They're a bit psychedelically, stupendously, like, special. A bit too special. Yeah, so I'm quite pleased with my tractor. What it really is, and it is my own now. Why are you not letting go of that? I've told you twice now. Why are you not listening to me? Yeah, I'm hoping to get my steering wheel. I treat myself to a steering wheel, and I've tried it once. It was a total failure because I've got the cameras. It was the cameras, and I thought, well, you've got it on your other thing. You've got to give things time to sort of you get used to things. You can't just expect to get super duper. Now, bear in mind, we don't really need like 1,000,000 litres or whatever it was. It was a stupendous amount, so... I have also switched the greenhouse down, which was the first thing I meant to say, which I've only just said now. Yeah, I have. It shouldn't be too terrible though now, so I really don't know. Like, it's down to about a 20th of what it was when we first came onto the. I mean, that's a serious amount of like drop down. So I've literally taken them down from like 2,000 to 77. So I mean, it's a huge, really massive amount. So if there's anything going wrong now, it's got to be down to the multiplication bug or the ghost bug, as it's got called. And it happens in quite a few different ways. It can remove things as well, and you can like find that you're losing lots and lots of stuff. Let's just let it go. Don't worry about it. It's not going to cost a fortune, he says. Yeah, I think it's a silly amount. No, it's going to be 100,000 litres, isn't it? I mean, it's a lot. In fact, let's do it at 50. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I can't imagine the field being any bigger than that. So field 25, which is over yonder. Is it that? No, it is, yeah. It's only one that said it needed liming, I believe. Why have we got the engine compartment showing? Because you open... Oh, no, that's... It's the tractor I need. Close cover on that. And then attach again. And it will open its own cover. I'm not worried about that. I think it'll manage this alright. It is, after all, trailed, so it's not like with big wheels. Right, okay, now can you line this with things in it like that? And does it need ploughing or anything like that? No, it needs lime, which is what we're here for. Now, can you lime on this with that in there? I would have thought you could. It's all dead and everything. I'm sure I've done this before, but you never know. Let's just watch Maisie for a second. She looks different to the pictures that you've got. So she looks a little oriental on this one. Sort of like cross... Yeah, she doesn't look anything like the video. Obviously, I just like came in and I saw the video and I thought, what? She doesn't look anything at all like... Maisie, they've changed the sculpting a little bit. I mean, a long time ago. They've not done anything. Yeah, that's working. Fantastic. That's all that matters. Right, brilliant. So we do need to be setting things going, and then we're going to go and have a look at the field. So we need... let's grab the case, because I want to upgrade it as well. And we can let go of that. And we need to find the BI car, the Tiger car. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with my modding. Again, it's tweaks, and I'm not like going mad. I'm doing a little bit and then coming back and like doing a bit more and coming back and seeing like if I'd like to do a little bit more. I'd like to finish the Tiger car off so it can fill now. Yeah, that's the one thing I would like to carry on doing. So customize. We want to go the tuned, and it should be the 306, even though it doesn't say 306 on there and it only says 250. And see, this is what I was sort of saying. Now, most of these make sense. It's a 250. It would be the Pro. But the tuned, actually, it's a 261 standard. It's a 261, actually. So you say that, but I still find this misleading. So 7250 Pro should be 261. The Pro tuned is the max, which if you look in the shop says it's a 306. So I'm hoping that that's what we're actually doing. We are going to go like really mad though. So that would be 360 horsepower. We are going to stick the beacons on. Oh, I like that. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, let's go mad with the lights. Default windows, window decals, interior accessories, none, I don't care. Oh, exhaust, have we got a chrome? We have. Yeah, that's slightly smaller. No, I don't want fenders. It's weird, isn't it? Yeah, front loader attacher, we have got enough. So 68,000. Fantastic. It's now a bit of a beast. So yeah, we got I think all of the cedar stroke planters are all... No, we brought it across. I remember it's got the Traction King on it, which I think is quite adequate for actually doing that, I would say. I think we've got some really decent tractors now, like high-end, that we were struggling with a little. So, in fact... No. even though it's 180 horsepower, I'm not quite sure that the Xylon, as beautiful as it is, I'm very, very fond of it. Not quite sure 180 horsepower is enough to do anything but struggle with that. Yeah, I'm not saying it couldn't do it, but I'm not sure if this needs rolling or not. Obviously, this is a special crop, so absolutely no idea whether or not this is going to need rolling or whatever. We do need to do corn, don't we, as well? But I think that, oh, that's the point. I don't think we can do anything today except for prep. Yeah, I think it's tomorrow. Corn's tomorrow, and so is our special lavender. So there's not a lot we can actually do except for let our well, also the other thing I'd like to do, yes, oh, it's worked, fantastic. I changed the greenhouse for a, oh, it's gone onto the road a bit, positioning. It's only trouble when you do that. It is. Now, it should still be all right. Now, we know it wasn't showing it. I did have a tweak last night. I was trying to play with this to make the poplars. I think it does look like giants don't like you playing with anything except the proper greenhouse things. So it is working, even though it doesn't look like it is. Yeah, this, I'll show you that I have tweaked this. We're down to 1848. We were 2,246, I think it was yesterday. So and this is a super. It is supposed to be good, but like not as good as it's actually now. So timber plant, we need to be sending the wood, don't we, to that. So we've got our super refabricating factory, which is going to get the, that's true. Are we going to, yeah, now that has got wood chips. That's not much we can do about it, is it? It's really going to be a battle. We could manually take some wood chips out, though. We could, actually. That is true. Yeah, no, that would actually work. And take some to the refabricating factory. And we want the particle board, which I think we've told last session for it to distribute those three things and just keep the emerald drift and things like that going on that, which we will sell at the end of the year. And the chipboard and that, we're going to see if we can refabricate that back into wood. And then we want to, yeah, we want to distribute the wood to the, yeah, what's it called? The timber plant. Really? So yeah, we want that, and then that's going to make firewood, because the firewood is terribly important to nearly all of these recipes. Yeah, they all seem to need this firewood. So yeah, it was always was a terribly important thing of this. So we also bought the artisan thing where we need to do the firewoods, and the thyme and rosemary. That's the one we never looked at. No, the aromatic oil was rubbish. Yeah, I was like, no. But this is good. But this requires us to actually do the crop tomorrow morning. Ethanol was mediocre, really. So I don't think we need it. I'm just happy, I think, to do this. It's a good high. The aromatic oil, again, I think that was not terribly good either. They were all, this was mediocre, this was mediocre. The distilled water, I think, that was also mediocre. Again, I'm not, when I say it's mediocre though, it's got gain. So you always got to think that they're only putting like, 5 and you're doubling it and a little bit more. Likewise, that is quadrupling. No, doubling. No, yeah, because it's 4. So 4 to 8. Get your maths right. 2, 4, 6, a little tiny bit of gain, and a little tiny bit of gain for that one. Lavender oil is a good gain, and mint oil is a good gain. But as I said, yeah, it was really terrible. Not terrible, but what I mean, so you've got to choose what you're going to do, haven't you, really? Like, what is a viable sort of thing? So let's just fix that a little bit so that it's not... it's the only thing when you bring these in. But I wanted to do this before Let's Plays, and then I would like put this down, and I thought, you're supposed to be like, getting it all ready. So we need to, I think, is it anywhere is the best fixed point where it actually is not? About there. So let's give it a bit of intensity and raise it from about that and keep it level, and it should go right to the lip and re-hide the leg so that we can't see under it. Yeah, this is a difficult model to do because I've sort of had finished it already. So, yeah, I mean, most of my models, I normally allow the model to go, ooh. Yeah, the model to go under the ground. Now, this is going to be tricky because you're going to lose some stone. Right, okay, now a little tiny bit of softening. Just steal a little bit from both sides and... Right, I think I totally uncovered that straight away again on that corner. Yeah, it has on this one. Yeah. Okay, let's do it again. I don't want to be seeing bits of metal lying around like that. Let's do one up, like a little bit of a... Yeah, that'll do. That's definitely higher than... I think that's not too terrible. I think it seemed to be all right further along. Yeah, I don't think it's quite right, but it's not bad, and you can't see the metal anymore. So that's all spot on now. It should still be... Yeah, we've only changed the look. Yeah, the picture should also be... Oh, it's showing the picture of the poplar greenhouse picture. Okay, that's different. No, I think it always did. I think it was the... no, yeah, no, it shouldn't be. It should really look like that. The greenhouse to show you what it is. So that's my bad. But yeah, we've got plenty of water, plenty of manure, plenty of that, even though not as much manure, but it's still doing well. So we are now beginning to pour into this. So we should get some wood chips going to this, and we can manually assist this, which I think we will. But the biggest thing we need to... No, we've got to go through till tomorrow. This is what I keep saying. Wow, she's done a cracking job. It's a 42-metre spread, though. Yeah, it is. So let's go right the way to there. And we will just take a look at the liming to see that it says no longer needs liming, which it doesn't. Very good job. Excellent. So all of our fields are done. 27 is not fertilised at all, but 25 and 24 are, which has really saved us a job. We could get on with the doing of that. We could. We have a manure spreader that likewise has quite a lot of... now, what are you? The baler. Right, I need one of our bigger tractors. You have not had a lot of action in the last few sessions, so you will do nicely. It's a bit of a strange colour. I'm not sure if I like it. It's got a lot of primary colours going on. Not that that's a wrong thing, but I'm just so used to seeing this in red. But I'll see. I'll let it grow on me. I'm a terror, a little bit autistic in so much as I don't like change in that way. Where, yeah, I don't sort of sit well with that kind of thing. I know we're all creatures of habit in some way. So right. Well, yeah, the Samson, because this is the biggie. I'm not sure that we ever actually repaired it. I think we did, and I remember nudging it, which is why it's at such a weird angle. So we need a field of corn. Do we need the corn for? I don't remember we need it. Lavender oil, we just need lavender, and timber plant, we just needed wood. Oh, is it something else? One of the others that we were going to do, and then I thought, nah. Ethanol. It was the ethanol. I think, don't you need the ethanol for the lavender oil? No? It was the ethanol I was going to do, being as we'd got it. How much is it worth again? Let's have a look. I know it was like not really fantastic, but like, is it still good? Because bearing in mind this is hard economy, you don't really expect things to be every single time. You know, it's fairly pants, isn't it, really? It's more like you... that's right. No, I remember. We've not got it yet. It was the perfumery place. I thought that was what we'd got. No, it was not packaging. Cardboard, no. Canning. Carpentry, feed, tailoring, pastry, confectionery, cheese, bakery. Ah, this was it. Yeah, I would imagine that this is cosmetics. That was it. That's what we needed the lavender oil for. Yeah, no, that was what we were going to do the lavender oil for. And so, hang on a minute. How much is the lavender oil then? Am I thinking? That's perfume. So let's have a look at perfume and lavender oil and see, is it worth having the perfume factory or not? So we'll look lavender oil. I might have actually looked at the wrong thing. Yeah, so that's 10,000. So I'd imagine lavender oil is quite poor then, and that I got the wrong end of the stick as it's my... Yeah, it is. So lavender oil is pathetic too, the same as all of those others, because its real thing is if you put it through another thing and go for the perfume. So that's the one we really want to do. So we do need to buy. So we've got the lavender oil covered to make the perfume, but what else is in the perfumery? Because no, it's just that one thing, and that's medicines, which is the other thing which is intriguing. What I mean is sometimes I think you've got to sometimes really aim for like high. So packaged honey. So that is 1 pellet, 1 beehive combs, packaged honey, wax, and royal jelly. So I think let's get good at the things we're doing first. So that one I think we need to visit and buy. Oh my life. Okay. We can't afford it at the minute. It's a little bit expensive, but I can understand why it is. So it looks like we've got to... It looks like we've got to do very well again to actually buy that. So it looks like... So what are we going to do then to make us a bit of cash? We've obviously got to do... We've got the boarding factory going on a little. We're going to be doing the wood for the firewood. Now, I'm not sure how much that is worth if you sold it. That's the other thing, because obviously you could see we're trying to raise 700 grand now. So firewood, F for firewood. What is that? Apologies for this. This is a complex thing. And again, I'm quite sure we're all intrigued really on like, well, what is the best? So furniture, French fries, firewood. It's not bad. Yeah, no, at best in March, it's quite seriously for hard economy. That is very, very good. That is like what you'd aim for high. So we could do quite a lot of firewood, sell it this year, and I might need to manually put that into my sell point. Is there a sell point that does everything? I bet there is. So we may have to sell some things. I would stick to like using the map a bit, because it means we actually visit the map a little bit more rather than just like go up the road and like sell at our sell point. We'll do what we've got to. The boarding factory can still sell there, and everything else we'll do inside. So then, now that we realise we've fallen short by an awful lot, that is so expensive, but I know you're going to earn a fortune. I do. So it's one of those things, isn't it? Had I realised and properly like worked through this, we may have had a different sort of like thing. So we've done our trees. Let's pop over and let's grab the little car and let's go and have a look. I thought it started everyone's engines. Let's go and have a look at our trees and see, is there anything we need to do like cultivating or spraying and things like that. When I say spraying, I mean manure spreading. Yeah, so let's have a look. What do we need to do? We haven't. Well, we can always lease. That's what I'm not going to let the trees go like damaged. You have to go down either side, don't you? So, do we need to do anything? Fertilizer 100%, yield bonus 90%. So actually, because we put them on a field that had already been totally fertilized, they are growing and ready to rock and roll. And we've got 2 harvesters to actually do them, which is amazing, and a bit of room for a bit of growth. If we like find out one is good or that type of stuff, so not terrible. So we just need to go through till, but we could prep it. I think what we're going to do is we'll get this, and then next session we're going to hit this hard. So let's get everybody ready. Let's get the big tractors onto the and get them filled with seeds, and that was just just seeds. So, and this is actually in that. No, not you. Even though you probably are one I'm going to choose in a minute. So we need this set on lavender, I believe. Yep, and we need to well and truly chock the seeds in this beautiful bit of kit. Yeah, I do like this one. It's a real, very nice. This is the sort of thing that I'm sure Giants are aiming for, where someone actually really does a mod from almost scratch. I'm quite sure some of it's like regurgitated, and I don't blame the modder for like not doing everything from scratch, but they may have done. But it looks, yeah, let's just leave it at that. That's a good positive statement. Let's not take it away. This is, I'm quite sure, the kind of mod that Giants are looking for, where a modder really has not just regurgitated a Giants one. Of course, all modders start with doing that. I'm not having a go either. I personally have regurgitated lots of Giants mods, because how do you learn your craft if you don't do that type of thing? You've got to like learn, oh, if I do that then, oh wow, brakes. Gordon Bennett is heavy. Seeds. Brilliant, 5,000 litres. So this, are we just going to go mad with lavender, or are we like trying to do a crop that we're going to sell? Do we need anything else? Well, we're prepping for now, so let's grab the other big tractor that we just had. We don't really need a monster tractor. No, not for the 6 metre. We've only got two. Yeah, I've only got like two. No, I can't find my tractor now. I think it's that one there. Yeah, we've only got the 6 metre now. Did we buy the front box? No, we did say right at the beginning we were allowed to buy front boxes and things like that. So we will. Yeah, we'll grab the front box if we haven't already. I don't think we have. I feel sure that we haven't. Oh, one other thing I'd just like to look at, just the flatbeds reminded me. I did actually do a bit of work on my flatbed Mark II to try to put it back together, because I was sick to death of going into it and like going, oh, it's not together. Why is it not showing the new modelling? It's back together. No, that's the one I'm still working on. This is the folding one. No, it's not the pivot one. It's like, no, it is. It should be. Well, the pivot trailer said folding flatbed. That too should do the same. Yeah, because I haven't got everything right on that one. So general flatbed Mark II. That's the one. That's the one I was working on earlier. Yes, I like the red and black. It's obviously the BI Industries colours. Oh, I wish it didn't do that split down the middle though, and then plates the wrong way round. The chocks are right though. Not bad. No, it's definitely a lot better than it was last time I saw it. Last time we all saw it was like falling to pieces on the ground. So definitely better. Folding, yeah, that we've seen that on Harvester. That also, the game has no idea what I'm doing with that. No idea. It's two trailers put together, and you should be able to flip it, but the game's or I'm not at the minute. It was almost. It's like two separate trailers. It's that's what it sort of understands that as, which technically it is. I need to suspend one, I think. No, because I don't think I can do it. I really think with the way that the game is, I don't think I'm allowed to do it. I don't think that it's possible that the game understands. So right down to 500 grand. Wow. Well, there was still. We should still earn well by the end of the year again, and it's a learning curve, isn't it? I mean, people make mistakes with business as you go into a business, and that's why I didn't want to make a terrible mistake straight away. So we've got the Xylon box. I don't think we've got the. Let's have a quick wander. We were going to set that going, weren't we? And then, like, we've got sidetracked. Now, the Prolatus, I have done a change where I can change it from having seeds and fertilizer, especially if I'm going to do this organic quite a lot. And I'm quite enjoying it. I think it's obviously it's a massive thing that people feel very strongly about. So I feel very strongly about it too, and I do. No, it's true. It is a fantastic concept to do things old school, where you're not actually like fertilizing and you know, like using chemicals. We are still fertilizing, but a different way, naturally. I think if I remember rightly, I read an article about this, and if the actual the process of doing the let's just get a box of making the chemicals is quite nasty. A lot of the like coffee's another thing, that like decaf coffee. Let's get it right. Let's not like scare people when there's no need. I thought we'd bought one of these. Now, we're allowed to buy these. We did say this. So do we need a different weight? We'll stick one on anyway. It's only a lightweight. Stick that on the front. Repair the... now, where is that going to go? I'm guessing on the other side of the Castile that it's hiding over here. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same with the 6 meter. I don't use this so often. I like the Pilatus a lot, but I have changed on one of the models, so I didn't want to break them. I've changed it to... This hasn't got the support of the plug-in, has it? Like the other one has. I must have done something to this one. It should really plug back to this. One of my boxes does, so I must have taken the support for that section off, which is bad of me. Right, so repair. Yeah, I don't really think that was necessary. It has sort of... No, I think that's what that black thing is. It's sort of trying to plug the model in, and it's not quite working right. No, I think that's on the tractor, isn't it? I'm not sure. It's a bit weird. What on earth is that thing on the tractor? Is it like coming from the tanks really, and it's like gone wrong, or what? Oh, hang on a minute. No, it has got it going on. The pipe's going a weird way. Yeah. The pipe is there. It's just like not going the route that you'd expect. It's like going along here. So I must have done something to that particular aspect. It's going all the way down the side and up there. So it is actually working. It's just not working correctly. Right, okay. So I need to have a go at that at some point. Right, so we don't want fertilizer. So we're going to ignore that. That's what I was trying to say. I am going to switch the fertilizer off. For this type of thing where it's organic, I'm going to have all of the things doable as seed tanks, which is a common thing that a lot of modders have done over the years. So that's what I'm going to do. So we want seeds, just seeds everywhere. We don't want any fertilizer. Otherwise we're breaking the terms of our extra cash. Got to be careful. Yeah, I want to make sure it's only seeds, so no fertilizer. But you see, we're wasting a tank. That's what I'm saying. So this one is... I think this is probably the best field for this to do, because it's the smaller. And we'll grab this one, which is going to have a lot to do. And then obviously we'll assist. So this is going to be a big session. The next session where we actually do the lavender. Ooh, wow. I think we need to swap tractors. It's a good tractor, this. But like, this is a real... Yeah, it's a heavy beast. I can't remember what we'd upgraded this to. I don't know if it did the... Let's have a look. Did I upgrade? I think I did, but we'll do that in a minute. This is a prep thing, so let's grab that big tractor that we keep jumping into and then saying, no, we don't need it. No, and we'll stick that away though. No, it should be tall enough. Yeah, it should just be tall enough to cope with this. I did it on purpose. I did. Right, so then let's go grab that, and it should be... Yeah, because this is definitely the lead tractor now. It's the biggest we've got. So let's grab this, and this can do one of the 2 big fields. And if we need to weed, we've got the hoe. If we need to roll, which we don't know until we do the lavender, We shall see as soon as we start doing that. And also, if the weeds are starting to grow, we can quickly grab the hoe. Which, again, is another mod I'd like to release. Which one are we going to do first? Let's do the field right next door. Which, has that got something growing in it? Could be weeds. No, you're looking at the farmyard. It's this one. I was thinking that looks a bit rough. That does. This is the one we want. Yeah, this is the one that needs fertilizing. Yes, that's right. So we need to. That we could actually set going this session, and we'll carry on. I could leave that job going. I could. Now, that's obviously what we got the sin track for. So let's do that now. And I will leave that going for a bit. And then later on, we'll come in and I will take out. So this, we need to repair and fill with manure. And that we can set going before we plant on that field. And then next session, we're going to get very busy with lavender and... We were saying corn, weren't we? But I don't think we're doing that anymore. We could still do it. We could, because the ethanol you need, that's what I was saying. I know it's expensive, that plant, but if we don't make the ethanol now, so we could do corn. It needs to repair a little bit already, but it's not that I'm after. It's the Samson. Fantastic. Let's fill it with manure. Set this going. So we've got two better. Yeah, this is a bit of a dream team, but I've got to be honest, it's a bit of a map that sort of requires you to dig deep. It's one of those few maps where you seriously, I like it because you can earn a lot of money, so you've got to spend a lot of money for it. And I'd imagine to get into that kind of business, it really would be quite expensive. So, yeah, let's grab. Be careful not to knock all those boxes. Get properly under it. I hate it when you don't get it right. I know it's all a little bit out, but manure. Oh, then this is, yeah, again another one of those special ones, isn't it? Where we've gone a bit. Oh wow, this one's really quite special, isn't it? 30, and that was a quarter. No, 50 is a quarter. It's 200,000. I think 70,000 litres is more than enough. Yeah. Gordon Bennett, 24,000. Wow. That's a bit expensive. No, the worker would have done it. You could have left it. So just make sure it works, and then I'm going to leave it on its own devices with a standard worker. Let's just see. Can you work? You should be able to. Yeah, so are we doing lavender then this year? Is there any point if we're not? Oh, well, we could get a stash ready for when hopefully we can buy it in the back end, the actual pharmaceutical factory. So I think it's probably useful to like have the lavender. So I think we'll do 27 as lavender, which I think we've already got ready. We have, but we will change the little one. I think we did to corn, did we not? Or I don't think we did it. Well, no, we did. We left on corn. So this is going to be corn. What else should we do as a crop that is going to be useful? As in, like, so that only needs a lavender aromatic oil. So we need aromatic oil as well to make the perfume. So we need ethanol, distilled water, and aromatic oil. So it looks like the one that we've actually bought, the Segovian Artisan, this is the thing that makes everything that goes into that. So do we do then for once? Because we could do a little bit of selling of some of the lavender oil and hang on to some. So when is the mint? The mint is likewise tomorrow. So again, we could swap one to mint and do that in the morning too. So do we go through till tomorrow? Yeah, let's do that, because it can still like fertilize, and I can still leave it. If we go to early in the morning, let's just check. Being as we've gone so low, we could. Well, oh, he's doing that silly buy thing. You've not done your settings right. And it's costing a fortune as well. Manure. Gordon Bennett, the manure's expensive on this map. Seriously, that was like going down Summit Chronic. Whoa. Right, we'll buy that. Because we're now down to 470,000. So actually, we find ourselves in a position we've not found ourselves before. We can now buy things back in the 500 range. So, yeah, we're a little bit poor. So let's grab this little lot too. And hopefully earn a little bit of cash. Because we need every single trick in the book we need. So use 62,000. We don't want any. Because we just want to sell you at the max cost. Price, really. And so let's go through till 2 o'clock. Also, yeah, let's just crash into our mind exactly how the other thing is, obviously the wood chips are not just going into here now. Yeah, there's a little tiny bit gone into here and a little bit of everything. Wood is making up now, so everything's gone off, which is good. We were going to manually lug some, weren't we? I think we need to do that. Let's get that done now. I'd do like a 70,000 or something like that. You will do nicely. Let's go grab the 70-tonner. And we'll grab 70,000 litres of wood chips out of the chipping factory. I've got to get used to having called it for the boarding factory now for so long. Even though I always wanted it to be called the chipping factory. But because the label said it was the boarding factory, then... now that's interesting, yeah, because I haven't changed it. I wonder if the pallets have changed yet. Did I change? Oh, I don't think I changed the pallets one. That's why it still says boarding factory. Yeah, because I do a sort of little trick with the pictures. I make the picture and then put it onto a diffuse for the box, which I didn't do that. That's why it's not showing through on the boarding. At least I think I'm right. Let's just check. You know, I'm sure I am. These will still say boarding products. I make the graphics to put onto this. So yeah, I need to just tweak that and then everything will be back to how it is. I remember now. Right, okay, so we want the boarding factory. Chipping. Chipping, oh chap. Chipping. Right, okay, so let's grab this. So we're now... Oh, well, the wood stuff is good as well. Oh, actually, yeah, I think we could do that. I'd just seen the wood chips trying to get down to us. Oh, go figure. When I come on, you can do it. Fantastic. As Tesco say, every bit helps. It's definitely true, it does. Right, I'm gonna be careful. I'm going to wallop that if we're not careful. Like that. Yeah, so let's take a full 70,000 litres. We don't want to take too much because it should now equally go into both, although it never works out quite so clean as that. Let's put this in so that the fabricating factory is doing... Oh, seriously. It's just... Yeah, let's just move him out of the way before you attack him to pieces. Excellent. Yeah, it's weird. I realised I was like thinking about why are you not doing the Giants mods? Why are you not trying to do it? Because you really do want to. What is it? And I thought, to be honest, I was a bit hurt, shocked at Giants when I did sort of do. I literally did loads. I was like really going at the modding quite early on. I mean, I'd been doing it for about 4 months. and I literally put a shed load of placeables, because that's what I was good at. I got good at the placeables by that time, so I thought, well, let's do the placeables then. You know, like, you'll get good with vehicles in the future if they wish to reject your fertilizer spreader, which is what I started with. I thought that's up to Giants. But then they just literally threw the whole lot out and said that without any explanation as to, like, what it was, just like a fit of pique, like some naughty little kid who throws everything on the floor with no explanation as to why the mods were not. There was no professional. I know, I realised they were busy at the time. There were a lot of mods in. It took them an awful long time to get around to mine anyway, but then they just threw the whole shebang out, and I'm like, that's a bit unprofessional. But I was sort of shocked. I was shocked at the unprofessionalism, shocked as a human being at, like, everything that had gone off. And I sort of, like, think it's that gulp moment. I'm, like, facing that, and I'm like, do you want to put yourself through that again? And I'm like, yeah, because I promised everybody for months that I'm going to do it, so I will do it. But I am a bit, so I'm getting ready for the backlash. It's sort of in advance, because I wasn't impressed with, like, the behaviour of Giants that first time. Right, so how are we doing on our... Let's have a look how Trey is doing on that field. Ooh, my life. Doing very, very well. Amazing. Right, so did we have something else to get ready? Were we like... that's ready. What is that yellow blob there? That's interesting. What is the yellow blob? To the left in that. I'd like to see where the picture was, that's on the front, because it's really gorgeous. Was that it? Was it that yellow? It's really a lake. Why is it showing us? Oh, got loads of stones in the bottom. Right, okay, that makes sense. Right, so we've got the manure spreader going. There's no weeds growing at the minute. We've got ready for tomorrow. Now we need to let's go through a little bit further in the day. And till about... Oh, and that's what we were trying to do. I was trying to sort of show... This is difficult now, because obviously the wood chips are going to come through, like... does this need water? Do we need water doing in the other one as well? Let's just... Yeah, we do need... no, not really. That's that. I think that'll cope with everything for a while. I'm confusing myself now. There's so much going on. Yeah, so this is what I would like to do. Fix wood chips, 199,000. Wood chips, 70,000. So that we've got this fixed in our minds. We'll go through till 2 o'clock. Ish, or maybe even 3. And another black sheep modding. Oh, no. Might that be useful? That's the little one. I wouldn't say no for that. Yeah, I'm not worried about the little one. I might take it off, actually. Right, so this one is going to be useful. We've already got... We have already got, but, like, that's... I do love mine, but at the minute, I think ours is worth quite a lot. I'm thinking of cashing in chips a little bit, because we've really, really gone very low. So why don't we actually use this opportunity to grab it? Because I think ours is worth quite a lot. It is. So I think that is what it is worth. So I think we could cash in the chips. We'd get 30,000, 40,000 for it. So I think that's not a bad idea. So let's do that too. So there's 2 things we've got to buy. That one. And then I think we're about out of money. Do we borrow this tomorrow? Have we got another tractor that we can actually use for something that big? Yeah, we have the case. It attaches. I love the fact that this has got the 3-point for 0. That is amazing. What's it got on the front? The beacons, yes. This is for us. Protective grid, no. And they look nice, do they not? 38,295, yes. We do indeed. I should have changed the colour so that it doesn't clash with the shop's version. So let's grab you. The last ride, even though we did, and I do love it, sometimes you've got to dig deep, and sometimes you've just, yeah, it's better for the farm that you do this type of thing. It's true. A lot of content creators do this, like, you know, like even Part X old tractors for, you know, like a new one, so that it doesn't cost so much, it doesn't hit the gear. Because I mean, look at our cash. I mean, we were sailing as king of the world a couple of sessions ago, I thought. But again, on a map like this where you've got expensive items, and I don't mean that they're expensive, I mean they're relatively, but you've got like money to spend and you can get rid of a lot of money, then obviously that's better. Yeah, that's much better. So let's this is the shops, which we can, yeah, we need to sort of cash in on the things that we've got that we are selling. In fact, we can actually use the tractor we're selling to do so. We do need to get the 50 tonner away. I mean, yeah, we've got Mark IV's harvester. I've got 2 swathers and that as well. TV's trying to rebel. Switch off. So let's sell this and the Matensis, because it's not, we don't need it on this Let's Play. Beautiful thing that it is. Yeah, I've got to alter the rotations on the front harvester section, that little tiny roller thing, which is sort of taken from all of the new harvesters for all the different vegetables. If you look closer, you can see that the tines are different sizes. Now, obviously, I haven't got the modding capability of doing that, or the patience that it would require would be like astronomical. But what I would wanted to do, and what I was trying to simulate, was the fact that each of those little tiny diggers is different. There's about 3 different sizes, and it was based upon me looking at the headers of the pea harvester, the spinach harvester, and all of those, and like putting those little tiny splines on that. But obviously, to make them go in, to like retract them and only have them like coming out at certain times, that's the real trick that we need to do. Right, so we've got the 3 points straight away. So we need to, we see how bad the tempo is. If the tempo's not too terrible, what we could do is, why have we? I thought we bought a 3-point link for this. I'm sure we did actually. Yeah. It's a bit odd. We're going to change the colour though, because I really don't want to get confused between the shops and this. Not because I don't like John Deere colours, but I'm very easily confused. I don't need any assistance to be more confused. Alright, so let's see if we can get away with not repairing this and using it once and then selling it. So we do need to repair that. Did I alter the wrong one? Did I alter the shops then? No, we bought the Vredesteins. Why is it... We did the attacher. How bizarre. Right, okay. No, we were checking the tempo as well. Mr. Goldfish Bowl. Repair 1,834. Is it badly? No, not really. It's about 80%, so I think it can have a bit of a Taz on the field. Are we capable of taking this down to the field, even if we couldn't use it? It's a bit heavy, really. I think we ought to grab one of the biggies. Have we got a tractor capable of like using this beast? Okay, let's drop that because it seriously is bad. I think we can probably manage the 47 tonner. Right, let's grab the shops and sell the header, and then I'd like to get us through at least a little bit further. This might be a long session. Do we time lapse it then? So, oh, we've got that as well. We're forgetting we've got certain things. Ooh, okay. Oh, it's not liking that. We're going to need to like grab the header separately because it's fighting me. And it's a little bit busy in here, let's be honest. Oh, wow. It's not liking that at all. Yeah, I'll have to have a look at the tempo, see what the horsepower requirement is. I think it's a bit of a beast. No, not the 520 can easily cope with it. Yeah, we could probably put the Traction King on the Valtra because I think it'll be okay once it settles down. Sell. And of course we have got a lot of cash tied up in the tempo, so we are going to cash that back in. We're just doing something that I sort of pointed out to myself a few weeks back, which was no, we do need to be changing our colour. So let's do all the little jobs. Do we do the rest of the... Because I think it's probably been quite a long session. Let's just go through till 6 o'clock tonight then. And then we'll do the rest going through till tomorrow morning. And hopefully all of the seeding and planting. Because we've now got a bit of an assistant with that. So let's just quickly change the colour of mine. So we go black and green instead of green and black. We'll keep the wheels yellow. I think the wheels, yeah, I think black wheels, because tyres are already black, I think it's a bit, it just doesn't look very amazing. So let's have a look. Right, okay, so customise colour, main colour. Yeah, I'm not sure. No, red and yellow look nice. That's not bad at all. Design colour, yeah. Rim colour. Design colour. We could do the design colour different then. What should we do that design colour as? Orange? I think it looks like a bit like fire then. Going on. It's only a little bit of orange anyway. Yeah, that's quite nice. I like that. Yeah. And Black Sheep Modding has given us that at a very reasonable cost of 0. Smashing. Excellent. Let's grab the tanker out. I'm sure we can take that out of the road. At the minute, obviously, we were lucky. Let's repair it, though, on the way past. And take that down and then... Well, leave it on the top. I'll run it down in a few minutes at the end of the session. Let's just repair it. I think we're going to need to take it down the ramp a bit, though. Otherwise, we're going to, like... Yeah, brilliant. Did we grab the Moscow? We can grab the Moscow another time. Don't worry about it. Time is what I'm thinking. Excellent. Okay, then. So... Let's go through till about 6, 7 o'clock at night. Or maybe even 8. Let's see what we've actually got on sale. Merlot again. And the Big DeWolf. Yeah, this was a good mod. It really was good. I still think that Lucasino made a bit of a mistake taking his potatoes off this, because it were on there to begin with. When he did it, I thought, that's a bit of a shame. Wow, how many telehandlers have we had on this Let's Play? Wow. Let's go through a little bit more. See how Trey's doing as well. I would imagine she's not far off finished. Oh, you're right. Just to that little tiny section. So that's nearly done. I think that'll be done by the time we finish. So are we going to leave it there? No, let's sell the goods so that we know where we stand, and it's not a bad place then to leave it, is it? So let's just grab the Merlot. And Lucasino's is right next. Just needs reversing, which is not bad at all. Excellent. And let's just move this out a bit before I get walloped. Now we've got the swather. 2 swathers, in fact. What are you doing? We just moved that. What? It's because I got into the wrong vehicle by mistake. I was a bit too close to this, and the game read I wanted to get back into this, whereas really I was right next door to this. Right, so then careful. Stop. I have to remember the brakes are a bit spongy because it's a bit of the big beast. That's better. 406,000 at this. So we're going to leave it that. I would imagine our worker is at any second. Trey. In fact, yeah, let's just go and see what's happening and watch this last patch done. So it did use 35 tons. That's not too terrible. So I think what we're going to do, we could... No, we'll do it next session. This is my trouble. I'm like, oh, we could just... Yeah, we could. But, you know, I think the session's long enough and people have got lives. I think an hour and a quarter is more than enough time to actually... So I think this is the last little section. Oh, of course, we have got this tractor. Now this is going to be free once it's finished this. No, you finished, honestly, Trey. No. So 32,000 litres. This can have the tempo. I think we're best to swap. I think this could go for the No, it is. I was like, it's the tractor's a Valtra, but actually so is the planter stroke seeder. They're both Valtras. It is a Valtra. You know, it is. Yeah, no, it's a beautiful Valtra. Yeah, the really high-end one. Definitely says it's a Valtra. Oh, have I not upgraded this? Is this... Let's just quickly go and check. Last thing that we'll do, and I'll run this up to the top, off camera, but I'd just like to check to see what this is. It said a 376. I'm sure that is what it actually is. So it is me thinking it's... We might not have upgraded it. Can we afford to upgrade it now? I think we're going to have to. It's tough. I don't think it was really terrible. I think it was another one that was like 50 grand or something like that, or 70, or... It was quite reasonable, I thought. Repair, yes. And customize. Oh, we didn't. Yeah, 43,000. And we've already got it. So that means if that's a 520, the 20% would make it a 640 or something like that. So yes, definitely. Now that should now cope very well with pretty much whatever we throw at it. So I'm going to go grab the tempo. Did we repair the tempo? I will repair the tempo too, so there's a slight chance that the money will be down like a few pennies more. So all that remains to be said for this session is thank you very much for watching. I think I'm going the wrong way. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this journey where I bump into trees and like do other things because I can't concentrate on chatting and driving through forested areas as well. Yeah, so goodbye for now.